So I was thinking of reading a little here. So I'm still doing research on the topic, and I really have problems with them actually taking down this video and saying that it's because there apparently is. Let's see here. One of the things that I've seen is that they say that, and I know how how slick the Roman Catholic Church is to get things off if it's too damaging to them. So I'm kind of just in that mode in some sense. So let's see here. One of the places, this is on the chat from the first video, Sunburned Part 1. It says, this is from the quote they're answering. Within Sunburn, there contained information that was accurate and information that was more of speculation presented as fact. I would guess that a lot of people actually do understand that they have to discern the things of a video. So, but there's so much bullshit out there. So, even if there was some things that was wrong in the video, that doesn't take away from all the goodies in the video. It's just, I just don't follow them on this. Another thing is that, why didn't I, apparently, we have a problem here, apparently. What is problem is it in regards of, that's interesting, it should have worked. Another thing is they seem to have used some effort to actually remove it from the internet as far as I can gather. And they also wanted to know where I had gotten the video from. And of course it's not a secret, but I would not have them take it down. So I wrote that I wouldn't answer that in regards of being afraid they would, try to take it down. And yeah, just so that's... And I do wonder why that, apparently in the beginning it was on YouTube and you could just search for it from other sources. But apparently it's not found on YouTube anymore. So I wonder if they have had some part in actually removing it from YouTube. Of course, one way of finding out would actually be to upload the video on YouTube and see if anything happens. Maybe actually try to tell them, hey, I've uploaded the video. I don't know. To see if they actually react on it. But I don't know. But yeah, it just seems a little fishy to me. Now, some of the information they say is, wrong seems to actually, I'm sitting here where they're attacking the two Babylons, and I haven't read that book, but this guy is apparently a pastor. George C. Bruns is defending the book of the two Babylons. And, so he goes into some of the arguments and actually shows some sources that actually talks about Nimrod and Tammuz and Semiramis and all that. Let's see here, he goes on... something in regards to where is it? But he talks about this not being true, and there's no sources and all that. So this guy puts two sources out from where is it? Can't even find it at the moment. But he puts two sources from of old to verify that there was absolutely. In regards of connecting these things, in regards of here we go, Augustine, City of God, book, that's 10, that's 15, 16, 17, 18, apparently chapter 2, and talks a little about it, and another source is, it seems to be also from Augustine of Hippo, Not sure if that's the same guy. Might be, but that seems to be another thing in regards of the source. So he's just showing that there are sources on it in regards of in regards of Nimrod and Semiramis, and apparently also the yeah. So anyways, that's interesting. Again, I haven't read the two Babylons, but apparently it's something that might be pretty damaging to the Roman Catholic Church. And maybe that's why I don't know. I have to look deeper into it, of course. Maybe I should read the book. So yeah. So but that seems to be some of the problems in regards of Nimrod and all that. But there actually seems to be some sources at least out there. So yeah, I'm not sure why it didn't want to work on. So let's see here. No, I can't even find it on my my computer here. 2 seconds. I don't know why it wouldn't work. Again, Facebook is probably making it's interesting, how Facebook is making issues on some of the links that is actually, yeah, it's Facebook again. It's interesting what sources it actually makes it not work. Which is, I guess, it's just interesting. I don't even know why Facebook would actually added these things to the link itself. That's utter bullshit, but that's Facebook. Apparently it still doesn't work. Okay. So why not? I don't know. Let's try to copy paste it. Was just on the page. Let's see. Well, it works here on the computer. The same address. I don't know why it wouldn't work. Go. Unable to connect. Adblock browser can't establish a connection to the server. I don't know why, but apparently it doesn't work on the mobile. That's annoying. Maybe I can just copy paste. Yeah, let's just copy paste it. So Shalom of Christmas on trial, blah 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 blah, subject. Okay, let's just copy paste it. See if I can put it into YouTube or something like that, and I can just read it there. For reading. Okay, there we go, and just put it in there. And yep, that looks pretty good. And post it. No, post it. Don't give me all that. Okay, so we'll just go into Facebook here and just see what it says. So I'm kind of. There are some other in regards to truth and traditions in regards of Jim Staley. I still don't understand the Hanukkah thing. Why he would ever promote that? I don't know. He's in jail now, so I'm not sure if he's. I don't think it's Jim that actually is fixing messages on his page. Of course, I don't know, but I don't think it's him. And if it is, I really have to wonder why he would promote, this 9 candle lights bullshit. But anyway, so here it is. So subject, maybe you should just have like a warning on my thing here. Let's just set that up and let's go back. So it doesn't, Okay, so subject, Christmas on Trial Project. Shalom, friends of 119 ministries. 119 teachings are constantly audited to ensure an accurate scriptural and historical presentation. Each teaching goes through this process every 3 to 4 years, and the result is a republished, remastered teaching. Every time you see a remastered release, it is a teaching that has been examined and retested. So every time you see a remastered release, it is a teaching that has been examined and retested. And apparently, they took it away. They took this Sunburned away which has lot of good sources, and then um, they they began saying that they were making another video that has now been released. But compared to Sunburned, it's like water. Of course, it has some good information for sure, but it's more watery. It's soft. It's not like It seems like Jim Staley was had some Protestant in him. Protesting against the system and all that. Of course, there could have been more, but it was pretty square. It's pretty rough, and that's nice. I like that. The truth and the truth and the truth alone. I'm kind of tired, a little tired of when people are saying, "Oh, this might be a little rough," and I'm like, just give it to me. Just feed me the truth, and stop making excuses. Just feed me the truth. Anyway, so as you may or may not know, we removed our popular. It was a popular video, and a lot of people are sad about them removing it. Sunburned teaching from 109 channels from some time ago. We pulled that teaching not because we agree with celebrating Christmas or Easter. Hopefully nobody thought that, but because some things were presented as fact in the teaching, and after re-examining were more speculative in nature. Well, I think they should have let it stay up. And again, if they were going out of their way to getting it removed on the internet, that's sad, because people want to see it. So yeah, I saw some of the reasons why they took it off, but that doesn't really seem like, there might be other things, but overall, it just didn't. There's so much goody sources, and yeah. Anyway, I just feel like it's I don't understand it. Some when presented with the series, and I don't understand if they take it down. Why not just make as they say in the beginning, right? Because it's like 2 years ago, and people are like, you took it down, yeah, but we are making a new thing and all that, yeah, but that's great. But why not just let it stay up? Apparently, it has helped a lot of people to see the truth, so why not just make a remastered version of it, but apparently they don't seem to want to go that direction. And I was like, why not make something that is even more, square, it shouldn't be so hard to actually do. You have you're finding all the quotes from the lexicons and all that, and putting them up and talking about them, and pretty much what I do on my Facebook, I guess, in regards of when I find something interesting, putting it on my Facebook and reading some of it and all that. Like here, of course, I guess we can only. It would just be to find all the sources and then find out how to get that in a video program and all that. And actually do it in a, like they did in regards to Sunburned. It doesn't need totally graphic thing, and you don't need to go around and all that. But anyway, Roman Catholicism is the main enemy of truth, who has always been at war with the saints. We Christian Protestants have lost our way, and we need to pick it up again. Truth, and truth stand against the Roman Antichrist and his canon laws and all his bullshit, and take care about Roman Pharisee Paulus, who all, that includes all, right, Asia rejected. That's 2 Timothy 1:15, and you can go to Revelation 2:2 to see what Yeshua thinks about that. Here we have a source. This is like sources in regards of Sol Invictus and all that. Impetus for the celebration of Christmas increased after Constantius, son of Emperor Constantine, decreed that all non-Christian temples in the empire be immediately closed, and anyone who still offered sacrifices of worship to the gods and goddesses in these temples was to be put to death. The following of Mithras were eventually forced to convert under these laws. In spite of their conversion, they adopted many elements of their old religions into Christianity. Among these was the celebration of the birth of Mithras on December 25, which was now observed as the birthday of Jesus. You're picking up puzzle pieces here and there and all of that, right? So, the Feast of Sol Invictus on December 25 was a sacred day in the religion of Mithraism, which was widespread in the Roman Empire. Its god Mithras was a solar deity of Persian origin, identified with the sun. It displayed its unconquerability as Sol Invictus when it began to rise higher in the sky following the winter solstice. Hence, December 25 was celebrated as the Sunbirth. In 274 CE, Emperor Aurelian officially designated December 25 as the festival of Sol Invictus. Anyway, so, there's so much pagan bullshit out there and so many directions to take it and all that. But anyway, just like that, and just put it in a video and, anyway. Let's go back to, okay. So I don't understand why they would not make an updated, if they had some problems in the video that or maybe just make a video where they're talking about speculative, some of the things that was speculative that they put forward as fact. Well, just edit the video and say this might be speculative. Apparently there was some that put some, that apparently had pointed out some things in regards to that video. Okay, great. So, just refix it and say this is speculative. You don't need to take the whole video down, So that it just seems fishy to me, because it actually was seemingly a very effective tool to, So anyway, let's see here. Let's see how we're going a little up here. So as you may or may not know, we removed our popular Sunburned teaching from 119 channels some time ago. We pulled that teaching not because we agree with celebrating Christmas or Easter. Hopefully nobody thought that. But because some things were presented as fact in the teaching that after re-examining were more speculative in nature. Well, just put it in there then. Just say this might be speculative. The whole first video is full of fact, the first part. And, in regards of this teaching they're talking about, in regards of that they thought they were worshiping Jehovah, I do get, that's interesting. I don't think it would be directly, as every time you listen to someone, you try to discern and, but there was a lot of sources from, lexicons and so forward, in the beginning. It was like, bang, 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 pretty much. It was wonderful, just one after another. And the second video, they have something in regards of Nimrod and such. And, that might be speculative, but that doesn't mean it's not the truth, So anyway, but there's a lot of pagan bullshit. Overall, it's just pagan bullshit. And the idea, would be to get the people to do their own research, right? And they will find out for themselves that it's pagan bullshit all over, everywhere, Anyway, so they talk about teaching from 119 channels some time ago. We pulled that teaching not because we agree with celebrating Christmas or Easter. Hopefully nobody thought that. But because some things were presented as fact in the teaching that after re-examining were more speculative in nature. Well, okay, just tell the people what is speculative, that you have some problems with, that some people have pointed out. Let's see, I guess that's the whole idea with presenting these things, right? So, and let's see what if of course the Roman Catholics would have responded, because you're attacking their cult, and we know they don't like that. Anyway, some, when presented with a series of patterns and historical circumstances pertaining to pagan relationships of Christmas or Easter, immediately connects the dots, and the picture of the relationship is clear. Absolutely, you begin to connect the dots, you see the dots and all that, and you can just see it. It's all pagan bullshit. Others demand proof and documentation from historical witnesses stating the intent to incorporate pagan elements into these traditional Christian holidays. The fact remains that in surveying historical evidence, there exists no record of direct intent to infuse pagan traditions into these Christian holidays. But do we need it? Wait. What is this bullshit? So you say there's no historical evidence that, the fact remains that in serving historical evidence, there exists no record of direct intent to infuse pagan traditions into these Christian holidays. Okay, let's just take the Sunday thing, okay? So that was no intent to change the Sabbath to Sunday. There was no intent, there's no historical evidence for the intent of changing the Sabbath on the seventh day to the venerated sun god of Sol Invictus. There's no evidence of that. There's no laws that talks about that. Okay. And yeah, so I just, taking all the puzzle pieces together, I think it's pretty clear what is going on. The Roman Catholic Church and the filthy system has always used this tactic of, anyway, you see the fingerprint of the Roman Catholic Church, and it's just, it makes all sense, but no historical fact. I'll give me a break. That doesn't seem right. You're telling me there's no historical fact. What is it there's no historical fact about? We know that Christmas comes about in the 4th century, and it begins to be promoted, in Christian circles as the birth of Jesus. We know that the pagans, are, pretty much they're coming they're coming into the church, and of course those that didn't come into the church were just, persecuted, in regards to the Roman Catholic Church, and we have sun worship all over. So in regards of no historical, I don't agree with that. You have a little here and a little there and so forward, and you're piecing the puzzles, and I think it's pretty clear. What is, you begin to get the sense of what is going on. So any case, for those that simply connects the dots, no, it is not likely needed. However, for those who scream, "Where's the proof?" and show me the primary sources, such are those that may require an adjusted presentation. Yeah, but that doesn't mean you should take it down. This is just excuses, So you have people that actually, can link it. They're actually agreeing that, yeah, there are some people that just, just links the things and can see the things that is going on and all that. And yet you take it down because some people want more proof. What are you talking about? You had 20 minutes or half an hour where you just go, one book after another, with evidence. Yeah, there's a lot more out there, So I don't know what they are. It seems a little slicky talk here. For those that simply connect the dots, no, it is not likely needed. However, for those who scream, "Where's the proof?" and show me the primary sources, such are those that may require an adjusted presentation. Well, it would be interesting in regards to Too Long in the Sun. He has written 2 books at least in regards to this subject, where you have all the, if you want to know the sources, he has put all of those in it. But anyway, I haven't read them sadly, but I've seen some of his. In recognizing the need for this adjusted presentation and to serve both groups, we would like to introduce to you the launching of a new 190 ministry series tentatively titled Christmas on Trial, and that took like 2 years to go out. How many people could have been awakened by the other movie? It's just, I'm thinking maybe it was just too damaging for the Roman Catholic Church, and of course the guy Jim Staley gets into jail, right? And I don't know who took over, but yeah, just it seems weird that they just take it down. Christmas on Trial and later Easter on Trial, the end result of both of these projects, will replace the teaching formerly known as Sunburned. At the moment, our focus will be centered on Christman on Trial. And, it just took you, 2 or 3 years, and this movie, while it has information, is pretty much solved. And you see both sides and all that. We don't need the other side. We just need the truth. And Sunburned was directly pretty square and spot on. In regards of just going for the truth. There might be some errors and all that, but trying the best that they could in regards of it's just. We don't need to hear all the wishy-washy things and all that. We just need to know the truth. And apparently we have some problems in regards to the connection as always. What are the details? The format of this series will be unlike anything produced to date from 119 Ministries. This series will be offered as a professional documentary using a court process as the theme. We do not expect 190 faces to be present in the documentary. But, they might have put a lot of effort in it, and it might still be, but I still, looking at it, it's just it's soft. It's very soft. It does have information that is, but it's just soft compared to Sunburn. Sunburned, just, put it out there. You just, boom, 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 boom. One bullet after another, pretty much. Just totally destroying. And then seeing this, well, anyway, it's just more, yeah. It's, of course, it's nice to have more information, and it probably will wake people up, some people up. But I still don't understand why you would remove the Sunburned. Christmas will be, but still. It seems like they still have some of Jim Staley's information of that they haven't taken down. Maybe it was the primary guy that did the show that didn't want to be, because Jim Staley has a video out that is called Truth or Tradition or something. No, what was it? Let's see here. See if I can find it. It should be around here. Yeah, Truth or Tradition by Jim Staley. So, can't remember the totally, but I was, seeing I've seen 12 minutes. It's a long time, that they was released and all that, 2016 and all that. So, according to this anyway. But he's going to run through a lot of information, I think, in regards of truth and traditions. So at least they haven't taken that down, it seems. So that's good. I was really not sure why they would take the Sunburn down still. I think that... Anyway. So let's see here. Christmas will be accused of breaking Deuteronomy 12:31. They also said that they would make something better, right? That's also some of the arguments. We have taken it down. We want to make something better. Well, I'll ask you, do you think it's actually better than the other one? Apparently, there are some people that don't think it's better and, find it, soft, and it is soft compared to the other one. It's very soft. It's just, it's, yeah. I don't think it's better, even if there's mistakes in the Sunburn. I can't verify everything and all that, but in the video, but yeah, anyway. But yeah, it has the the smell of Protestant, that video, the Sunburned. The other has just more like an ecumenical feeling to it. But anyway, so let's see here, and it doesn't have all these. The Sunburned had a huge amount of like, this lexicon and this book and that book and all that, and one could have put many more, into the. But it was like, a lot of people don't want to open a book or research themselves. So this is a easy, concentrated way of actually helping people. Anyway, so witnesses will be brought forth in the form of esteemed academic scholars, archaeologists, and various subject matters experts to support the charges. It is the expectation that most of the evidence will be pattern-based and circumstantial, lending to the conclusion that Christmas is not only possible guilty of the charge at hand, but perhaps beyond a reasonable doubt. But we had the other video as well, talking about that. It's pretty much beyond reasonable doubt. Look at it. It's all pagan bullshit. I saw the interview with Jim Staley, and I think he's wonderful. I don't think there was a problem in regards of quoting Paulus and all that, but overall he was pretty awesome in regards of standing strong against the Roman Catholic filth. So in many criminal cases, various details and motives may be unknown. In the absence of information, it is the job of every criminal investigator to make educated guesses based on the available information and present his findings to the jury. Likewise, historians are often forced to make educated guesses to account for the lack of documentation. The prosecution closing remarks will state that it is not necessary to absolutely prove the guilt of Christmas, but that we only need to raise the possibility, if not the likelihood, that Christmas is guilty of these charges. Now, again, overall, we could, in regards to researching these pagan roots and all that, pretty much we could just go back to the Bible. Is it part of the Bible? No, it's not part of the Bible. Well, there's a strong, what do you call it? I think there's strong evidence that it's pagan bullshit. So it's everywhere. It's just, how can you miss it? Like, people are hanging gnomes in their homes, and gnomes are old house gods. They're, pretty much devils, demons. Incredible, and you can't see it's pagan. We just Christianized it, right? Just Christianize everything, right? That's the way of the Roman Catholic Church, to just Christianize everything. Oh, you have an Egyptian gigantic erect penis. Oh, well, we just Christianize that. We put a cross on top of it, and then it's Christianized. This is the way of the Roman Catholic system, this wicked, filthy system. So anyway, why? Because if there's even the remote chance that Christmas is guilty of these things, then there is also the remote chance that we are sinning against our Creator, offending Him, only for the sake and justification of the pleasure in man-made traditions. And it is man-made, you don't find it in the Bible. If there was a chance that your actions would commit murder, would you still do it? If there was a chance that your actions would cause theft, would you still do it? If there was a chance that your actions were sin, would you make every attempt to avoid it? And again, that's just, I'm like, why did you take it down? Why did you take that video down? That so many people so many people, anyway. For those who love Jehovah, the answer to those questions should be obvious. In this analogy, we in the faith should be expected to avoid Christmas, and our focus should be on the holidays Jehovah provided to us in Leviticus 23. And I think, so that's one of the things. Why are you promoting Hanukkah? I've seen Hanukkah being promoted by so many, and I'm like, if we're going to go back to God's words, why are we going to like rabbinic bullshit, and 9 candles instead of, just a distortion again of the truth. People are running from Christmas to this Hanukkah, it's like, it's just, one third, from going to from one third to another third, Yeah, it's just that's as far as I see it anyway. Even if the traditions of Christmas cannot be 100% proved to be originating from the practices of worshipping false gods, we will certainly intend to show you the jury that such a relationship is highly suspect. I don't understand it. Jim Staley pretty much, put it down. And now you're going backward, It just seems like you're beginning to question things. Jim Staley just... I do wonder if this actually began after Jim Staley was going to jail. That guy was really standing, firm. I still don't understand the Hanukkah thing, why he would ever promote that. But I'm not even sure it's him that actually is writing on his Facebook page. Or if it's someone else that actually writes on his Facebook page, Anyway, the prosecution will rest on this and ask the audience to be the judge. Is worshipping Jehovah in 100% spirit and truth and thus abandoning Christmas or Christmas the direction those in the faith should proceed? Absolutely, we need to leave this pagan tradition. Christmas will equally be afforded defense and supportive witnesses against the charges at hand. Why is this project important? Sunburned was our most popular teaching. Oh, wait. Are they saying that Sunburned was our most popular teaching? Wow. And you just took it down. I really don't understand you guys, something fishy going on here. And I've seen other anti-Catholic things being taken down that hurts the church and all that, and where they try to censor it and all that. So this is our enemy. That's the Roman Catholic Church. That's the primary enemy of the truth. So why is this project important? Sunburned was our most popular teaching, and it was relatively crude in production. If we do this right, we could reach infinitely more people on this topic, which happens to be a gateway subject into walking in the whole world. I still don't understand it. It was your most popular teaching, and you remove it. You'll give me a break, And of course, being the Roman Catholic maniac institution, I don't understand, and it's a crude production that you're just doing the research and putting it out there in a video. It's just crude. I guess I'm not going to. I'd hope to actually get my itching gone and all that, but I guess it's just very sad. Anyway, I have itching on my arms and my legs. It's very sad. Anyway, I'm not sure I can ever get. Anyway, we're all going to the grave. Anyway, not carefully or expectedly made, unskilled, rough. Well, it doesn't matter if it's in regards of roughness, as long as it is, true. And it's just, if you're doing the best that you can do to put out truth out there, we all make mistakes, and I just don't in regards of what, I just don't see all these arrows that, in regards of Nimrod and all that, that seems to be one of the things that they are pointing out, but that might actually be true, We might have, there seems to be sources out there, going in that direction. And so even if it, even if it's speculative, you could just write that it's speculative, that there isn't really. But of course, you could also go out and ask people researching if they could help you finding sources for defending, coming out and saying, we got this thing in regards of this, and see if the people could help you maybe to defend, to find sources and all that, right? Anyway. So Sunburned was our most popular teaching, and so why would you use? It seems to me that the ministry have used energy on removing it. You can't find it. It was nearly impossible to actually find it on the internet, and when I told them I had found it, they asked where I found it, and I wouldn't tell them because I don't want it removed. Of course, it's not an entirely secret, but if they're going out of their way to get it removed, that's it just doesn't seem. I just don't understand. I think it seems to me there's something fishy going around, and it's our most popular teaching, and we're removing it. It's like what? So it's the most popular. How many eyes do you think that video has opened? And you're just removing it. We expect this to be the okay. So let's see here. If we do this right, we could reach an infinite more people on this topic. Why not just let the old one stay? We expect this to be the most important project in which we have ever embarked, and our effort. I do wonder in regards of someone taking over the ministry and trying to get it in the direction of not being so Protestant. Yeah, actually, I wrote to them that in regards of making a video that is. And I was like, oh yeah, we don't want to be unloving and all that. If you're going to stand for the truth, you will get hit in regards of things that you're not loving and this and that, and this is anti-Catholic and you're a Catholic badger and all that. It's the same bullshit. They always use these tactics of this and that, and so it's nothing new. But I wonder who is running the ministry now. I hope. I hope Jim comes out and begins to, and I don't know how much he can research in the jail and all that, but I hope he comes out and continue his battle against the Roman Catholic institution, and stop promoting Hanukkah. But that's my view anyway. In any case, I don't understand it. You're attacking all these pagan things and all that, and yet promoting a 9 candle menorah, which is absolutely not biblical. I don't understand that. And actually, you can see going back to rabbinic bullshit and all that. That we light the candles. They thank God for giving this commandment that He never ever gave to light the candle. Oh, you give me a break, And of course, the shamash, which is the candle you use to light the other ones. If you actually look into shamash in Mesopotamian, well, that's the sun god. Now, of course, they will say it's in regards of the helper or the helper, the servant, in regards to the Hebrew word and all that. But it's interesting that you have a word that pretty much can be linked to a sun god. And of course, the time of the winter solstice and so forward. And anyway, and then of course we have some of the sources that actually says it's just in regards of winter solstice celebration and all that. That is not really. Anyway, whatever. Let's go forward. It's not found in the Torah. So how can you be involved? This year. Involved. This will be no small project. We will be partnering with expert family with creating professional documentary. We will be outsourcing additional talents in fields of voice over possible semi-professional actors, editing, and so forward. There will be travel and equipment expenses specific to gathering the necessary scholarly interviews. There will be costs associated with rights to graphic and media copy. The editing process alone will require a number of hands and a significant degree of labor. Because we know so many are eager to see this project and become a reality, we will be proceeding as quickly as time and resources allow without sacrificing the quality at the end result. Those who support 190 will be considered actively involved with this project and will be privy to direct updates and unique content as they should. Those that have partnered with 190 ministries in their offering of support within the last 12 months going forward will receive frequent communications as to the status of the project at every step behind the scene material, full interviews, pre-release material, and more. These things will be offered in appreciation to those supporting this project and consequently all 119 teachings. Now, personally, I'm not, you know, in regards of donation and all of that, and then getting something for the donations, I'm really not into that. I think it's, if you have a donation thing, people should just be able to donate. But everything that you make should be free. Everything that you can make free, freely available and all that should be free. And if anyone wants to make a donation and have resources to do it, well, great. But I don't think anyone should get, we're all working for the same truth, and there's people out there that just don't have the resources, but they might have other, strength, and if you're keeping the information away from them, it's just, I just don't like that. I just, like in countries, or in other countries that the money is worth less in other countries and all that, they just don't have the resources to also anyway, I think it's just not, I don't think it's the way to do it. Just as with any 190 ministry video offering, the Christmas on Trial series will be made available free of charge through 119 channels. And of course, that's great. Absolutely. I shouldn't be so negative, I guess. I just don't understand why you would take the teaching that is the most popular teaching that you have made, that actually didn't really, as I understand it, cost so much as such, because you could, it's quoting, and it's a guy standing and speaking, right? It's not like totally graphical. You didn't need to go around and interview people, and it's a teaching. It shouldn't be so difficult to actually produce, and it's the most popular of your teachings, and you take it down. And seemingly you must have been focusing on taking it down elsewhere. I don't know, but it wouldn't be a surprise to me, and I just wonder why. Because, in the beginning, apparently, it was actually out there, and now it's like nearly impossible to find it. And that's interesting. And why? Anyway, we expect the financial impact to 190 to be neutral. If we proceed a little too far in the negative, we will simply pause production until we are once again able to move forward. So we made it available free. Yep. We ask that you keep this project in. You probably have a huge amount of notes in regards to Christmas, as I understand it from, was that Sunburned that you said? I think it was Sunburned where I started like talking about that this is only some of them. That you have. So maybe Sunburn could maybe made in a 3-hour, maybe 4-hour edition, where you're just quoting one book after another, so you're just totally obliterating all the lies. I think that would be nice. Anyway, and also point out who the Antichrist actually is in the world. But of course, they seem to have gone a little back in regards of being Protestant. I just have to wonder what is going on. But anyway, so we ask that you keep this project in your prayers, and that it yields glory to Jehovah in every way possible. What is the timing? 190 Ministry is currently in the process of moving the 119 studio, which has caused some slowing down of our momentum. We also decide to maintain our current pattern of releasing new or remastered teachings each and every week. And this thing in regards of remastered, why not just make a remastered version of Sunburned? What is the problem with that? Why it's like excuses and excuses of this and that, seeing it from years ago, and then now seeing the, it's just seeming like you just trying to stay away from that. It just seems fishy that you are not wanting to, hit the nail really hard. I just don't understand. So, and of course, I'm always interested when people remove information, Yeah, so of course I've downloaded the intro, and I have part one and part two on my computer, and I'm not going to delete those. If someone doesn't want the information out there, that becomes very interesting. I don't like censor. I hate it. And you can see how the Roman Catholic Church have censored so many things, in regards of information that, points out who she really is. So, yeah. So let's see here. Those who support, yeah. So what is the timing? So yeah, the remaster, that was the thing I was going off for in regards of. Like each teaching goes through this process every 3 to 4 years, and the result is a republished remastered teaching. Every time you see a remastered release, it is a teaching that has been examined and retested. So why didn't you just do that with Sunburned? Why is it you took it off? This is the most popular teaching that you have. You take it off, as you claim yourself that this was the most popular teaching you had. You take it off. You don't want to remaster it. You don't want to publish it. You just take it off the website and don't want to republish the. This just sounds very, very fishy to me. Something seems to be wrong in my mind here in regards of. And did this happen after Jim Staley went to jail or what? What is going on here? I don't know. I don't have all the data points and all that, but it's just weird. We want to thank you for your patience following the removing of our popular Sunburned videos. So let's see here. So remaster. Okay, the project plan is currently in development and will be shared with 119 partners for feedback as early as January. Thank you. We want to thank you for your patience following the removing of our popular Sunburned videos. We understand that there is now a gap in our teaching library pertaining to this crucial topic. We expect that this project will surpass expectations and do well in serving those in the Messiah. The 190 Ministries team thank you for your support for prayers. For any questions specific to this project or anything else, please feel free to contact us at info@190ministries.com. May Jehovah bless you and yours, and may all we do together glorify Him. 190 Ministries. I do wonder what they would say if I said, I'll put it up on the internet again, I don't know. Maybe, will they go after me? Will they tell, you're not allowed to do that? Because if they gotten it removed from other places on the internet, because again, it's the internet is pretty much, I had a hard time finding it. Now I did find it, but it was, it did take some, they did take a little effort to find. So yeah, why would you take the most popular, in regards to, I just, it stirred up the waters. That's nice. We would like to do that. And the question is, what, I just don't understand it. I really don't understand it. And I talked to them and they, they seemed like, was thinking, I was like, oh yeah, you're going, the Sunburned update too and all that. And they just said, that's not planned, or it's like, why, compared to this new video that you made, this is like soft, compared to Sunburned. It's just, I don't understand it. Anyway, yeah. I'm thinking, if I had just a little skills and, put time into it, I could actually sit there and, gathering all the, but that's probably not going to happen. But, I'm thinking about it. It shouldn't really be that difficult, should it? You just, you use a video program, which I don't have any skills in, but you would just put up the things and then talk over it, right? And just fix one after another of quotation, right? That should be not that hard to do. Anyway, it shouldn't take that many skills in regards of video editing, but yeah, I don't have much video editing, what do you call it, video editing, and skills and all that, but it shouldn't be that hard, one after another slide and all that. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so this was one of the things, and still doing research here and there. Yeah. But I'm sure the video will wake up, the new video that they have made, that will wake people up in regards of some people will figure out, oh, this is pagan and all that. But it's just not as rough as Sunburned. And I really don't understand why they would take why they would just totally annihilate the most popular teaching. Apparently it's, in their own words, apparently it was the most popular teaching. And they just annihilated it. It just doesn't make sense. I could write to them, by the way. There's an email. I could write everything. I want to know every single negative point, actually, in regards to this, and where the problems are and all that. Where you think there's problems. That would be a way of, if it's in regards of Nimrod and all that, that might be speculative and all that. That might not be so firm evidence and all that, but still have some sources on it. And I haven't done most, more research in regards of, if it's like that, you could just say, well, this is like, this might be speculative, it's just whatever, just. I just don't understand it. I really don't understand it. The most popular video and you remove it. Yeah, great. That's just, well, I don't get it. I really don't get it. Oh well, I guess that's pretty much just a reading from there. Can't even remember the name of the video. It was in regards of this thing, in regards of Sunburned, I guess. I guess we should be able to make a video like that. Again, it shouldn't be taking so much of, just taking all the quotations from all the books and all that, collecting them together in a pretty good order, looking them over and then making a video and all that, and just bang, 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 pretty much, one bullet after another, hitting and destroying the lies of the devil, yeah. So, I don't know. Just seems weird. And some of the things that they have written to me, it just seems a little fishy. So I guess I guess there's not much to do besides maybe if they don't want to make it, maybe someone else could make it. If they don't want, but of course, now I have the video and all that. But if they don't want to stand behind Sunburned, maybe somebody else could take a lot of the information found in Sunburned and just fix it a little here and there and make an updated version in some sense. Again, most of the slides in Sunburned are like, it's just pictures and some text and all that. You should be able to do it, just one quote after another. One could maybe just start out with quotation. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, I shouldn't complain. Of course, it's nice to see that video is out there. Helping people to see the truth of it and and it's freely available and all that, it's thumbs up for that. It's nice to get some more information and listen to more people on the subject. So absolutely, yeah, yeah, that's nice. I just don't understand why they would remove it. I've seen it, and I probably saw it many years ago and all that, but I tend to forget a lot of things, and I see it, and I really don't see why they would remove it. It's just there's some good information in it. Anyway, I should stop it now. Stop complaining and just get on with more research on pagan bullshit and all that. And yeah, have a good one. I'm stopping now. It's just